Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Saturday, so time for the Horror Man Slashback Saturday. This week's category is Italian films, and I decided to choose something that I haven't watched yet. It's been on my list. This is a first time watch for me, and since it's Italian slashers, it's a good excuse to watch it. So I did Stage Fright, which came out in 1987. I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for it and then head over to Internet Movie Database and show you who the cast is and talk about it, just like I normally do with these. All right, check it out.
Maniac is hiding in here.
You've gone out of your mind. One, kill her! Kill her!
What are we gonna do now?
You've got to find the key.
Alright, that was the trailer for Stage Fright, which pretty much showed a lot of it there than most trailers do. Also, a little interesting fact about this would actually have worked for, it was either last week's Slashback or the week before, I forget which one, it might have been last week, but a movie known by multiple titles, and this one actually works for it. So hey, I got 2 weeks worth of Slashback in one. As you can see, another name for it is Deliria, and I believe there was another name as well. Here's some pictures of the movie, some scenes. Yeah, another alternate title for it was Aquarius. So this movie has 3 different titles. There's the different artwork for the releases of them. Alright, so here we got the cast, the writer, director. Director was Michael Savai. Like I said, I'm going to horribly say these names, but whatever. Writers was George Eastman. We got the cast, David Brandon, who was Peter. Barbara Cupastetti as Alicia. Domenico Fiora as the police chief. Robert Gilgarov as Danny. We got Mickey Knox as the older cop. Giovanni Lombardo as Brett. Clayne Parker as Irving Wallace, and Irving Wallace is the killer in it. Ironically, these actors are doing a musical stage play where there is a killer in the play who wears the owl mask. Loredana Pirelli is Corinne. Martin Phillips is Mark. James Sampson is Willie. Ulrich Schwerk as Betty. Mary Sellers as Laurel. So, like I said, this movie starts out, a bunch of actors are putting on this musical about a killer, kind of an erotic musical. The director's trying to attract a wide audience to make it sort of an erotic musical so he can make more money off it. All he cares is about making money. He doesn't care about his actors at all. Wants them to keep doing scenes and stay late, and he just basically treats them like crap. And what happens is it was either Laurel or Alicia hurt her ankle before one of the scenes that she was supposed to go on while she was dancing. So her and the other girl who worked either behind the scenes or wardrobe went along with her to the hospital to get her ankle checked out. And while they're there, of course, there's a killer locked up there mentally, psychotic killer who had hacked up like about 16 different people. And his name, of course, is Irvin Wallace. And they walk by and, you know, he looks at them all weird and like eager to get out. And while they're being checked out, while she's being checked out for her ankle, an orderly comes in with the food and, of course, ends up getting killed, and Irving escapes, and he ends up following the two actresses, well, the actress and the behind-the-scenes person, and he had gotten into the trunk of their car, so he stowed away back to the theater. Once they get there, of course, they're in trouble for not being in the scene when they were supposed to be, and she was going to be fired from the show. And as the other woman who worked the wardrobe realized that the lights were still on in the car, she goes out not knowing that Irving is out there. And like you saw in the trailer, she gets the pickaxe right through her head. And Alicia, I believe, is the one that hit her ankle, and she was going to be fired, and she came out. And when she came out, she found the dead body, called the police, and the director didn't even care. He told a reporter it was one of the actresses. That way people would want to see it, thinking that a musical, one of the actresses was killed, would attract more people. Like I said, all he cared about was making money, and he wants the main actors and actresses to stay. Alicia ends up going back in with them, of course, and the cops agreed to wait outside, but which is kind of pointless because they end up getting locked inside and they can't be heard when they're banging on the door later on. What happens is the director tells Corinne, one of the actresses, to take the key, lock all the doors, and hide the keys so they can't get out and they have to rehearse for the night. That's how much he doesn't care that someone was just murdered. Then, of course, you know, just like any slasher movie, they're locked in with the killer. Phone is cut, and the killer put on the owl mask, so they don't realize at first it's a real killer in the building with them. And one of the scenes, Corinne is supposed to get killed. The director's shouting the killer, and of course he actually does stab her on stage. And they realize she's the only one that knows where the key is, and they got to find the key. And it's basically just a struggle for survival. We got decapitations, arms getting cut off, drilled through, bodies sawed in half with a chainsaw, which no idea where the chainsaw came from in the theater, but whatever, it's a slasher movie, you know? All that cheesy 80s stuff and lots of blood and gore that we all love. And that trailer pretty much showed a lot of it, more than usual, but I did enjoy the scene where all the dead bodies are set out on stage and Irving is sitting in the center. And there is, of course, the final survivor that has her confrontation with Irving. I won't say what happens because, you know, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. But I'm sure a majority of you have already seen this movie. and I'm so late behind on watching this, but I decided, this week's category, Italian slashers, perfect time to watch it. Lots of blood, gore, brief nudity, all this, everything that we love about slashers. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's one definitely you should check out. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And looking forward to seeing all your Slashback Saturdays, and I'll probably be doing next week's as well. I want to try to get back into this. Like I said, I've been taking a break, but I do enjoy being a part of the horror community. So thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.